So Donald Trump had a lot of people in the audience at the State of the Union. Basically anybody who's been shot at or stabbed was there to get an award. And they all did great things and they're deserving of the awards that they got. But Trump also decided to bring this guy, Howard Lutnick, who just within the last 2 weeks has been exposed as a guy who didn't just have a photo with Epstein, which has lost some people their jobs, didn't just exchange emails with Epstein, which has lost some people their jobs. No, after Epstein had gone down for his initial crimes, Lutnick was like, you know what would be a fun thing to do? I'm gonna pack my kids up, my tykes, and I'm gonna bring them to Epstein Island just for lunch. We're just gonna go on our yacht for a couple hours to Kitty Sex Island with my kids. And you know what? He realized afterward that was a pretty bad look. And so what did he do? He lied about it and then was exposed as a massive liar. That looks really bad for Howard Lutnick. And it also looks bad for Donald Trump, a guy who was trying to cover all of this. If he had gotten his way, Donald Trump, you would have never even known that Howard Lutnick had gone to the island. He didn't want these documents to get out. And so amidst all of this and burgeoning fear among the right that Donald Trump is in fact covering all this up, Howard Lutnick appears to cheer for the president to be surrounded by power and all of this influence and everything. And some conservatives actually had a problem with it. Not Alex Jones, he's moved on from the whole pedophilia thing. That was just a fun grift for a while, he doesn't actually care. Mario Nawfal, a conservative tweeter or whatever, who says he has the largest show on X for whatever that means, says, I like Howard Lutnick, but this doesn't mean we all forget he lied about going to Epstein's Island and act like nothing happened. This is not how accountability works. Well, I like that you're calling him out a little bit, Mario, but I don't think accountability for lying about going to Epstein Island is that you just don't get to go to the party. Shouldn't you lose your job? Also, why did that tweet begin with, I like Howard Lutnick? He lied about going to Epstein Island. What weird attachment do you have this guy that it survives past that sort of lie? So he's calling him out, but still weirdly defensive towards him. Now we do need to move to the patriotic blonde, who I feel like is the archetypical Donald Trump supporter on Twitter. We've read her tweets before. There's a million other blondes between 30 and 50 trying to be this exact person. But she said in this case, the fact that Trump unashamedly paraded Howard Lutnick, one of Epstein's best customers, which might be overplaying it just a little bit, but okay, before the camera last night, knowing Epstein's victims would be watching, should tell you what a truly sadistic government this is. Now that, for a person who had been a big Trump supporter, that is how you criticize the insane cover-up and the spitting in the face of the Epstein survivors. Good job, patriotic blonde. Now she goes on to say this, Trump's State of the Union speech last night was well written, well-spoken, passionately delivered, and reminiscent of the Trump I voted for 3 times.
I'm gonna pull my dreads out, man.
I know. Well, hold on. He's excellent at giving speeches, just not at being president. So I guess that's good. I mean, I don't think he's great at giving speeches. I don't think it was a great speech. He spent 30 minutes on men's hockey, but at least she ends with, he's not good at being president. And so for some of them, the fact that this has been covered up, they don't like. We have others too. We can bring up Lisa Liberty or whatever, but there are some that were frustrated by it. Jackson, what do you make of it?
I mean, the irony is just endless. It's like these people will scapegoat anyone else except Donald Trump, who's literally in the Epstein files more than anyone else by 100x. That's fake. That's fake. Let's focus on Bill Clinton. Let's focus on Howard Lutnick. Let's focus on the fact that but anything except Donald Trump. And then how was it a great speech? I mean, look, I was hoping that I would get to not watch the State of the Union, but alas, I do what I do for a living, so I had to do it. And this man just spent 1 hour and 48 minutes lying about absolutely everything. I mean, the whole speech was basically just, nobody in the history of the world has ever been more successful than Donald Trump. I've never made a single mistake in my 80 years of life, not even once. That was the whole speech, just lie after lie after lie. He says stuff all the time like he's brought in $18 trillion in investment with his tariffs, which is half the GDP. The job creation, which is a lie. He said the price of eggs is down by 60. He just lies, that's all he does. Yeah. But it's just, this whole administration is a joke. It's been a joke. But this second go round is worse than ever. But I really am curious to see. I want these last 3 million files to be released. I think maybe they will at some point, just because of the illegality of it. We'll see. But it's just, I mean, what do you even say to this? Like, how do you even respond to these people? You're mad at Howard Lutnick, but not Donald Trump. It's just,
yeah, that's true too. Well, the last one was mad. The last one was mad. But yeah, again, and it's like the people. It's like the podcasters are like, oh, our audience is starting to think something's up. So I guess I'm mad at Pam Bondi. Yeah, that's the ticket. Pam Bondi's the mastermind behind this thing. I mean, forget the fact that Donald Trump gave her the job because she's loyal to him, and forget the fact that he's complimenting her every day for her handling of this job. But yeah, I'm independent and I care about pedophilia because I have a problem with Pam Bondi. That is strange.
It's just.
But anyway. The thing to focus on, though, is that people don't like this. That's it. We could have these sorts of insults and his polling could be high, but that's not the world we live in. He's doing badly, and that is good news.